Hello, this is Teresa, and today we're going to talk about using the Cricut and creating puzzle pieces. Not only with the Cricut, but by hand as well. And so this is a little different setup than what I usually have. I'm using two cameras again today, and it's a little bit of a logistical challenge. Okay, so looks like the technology is working. Let's go ahead and get started. Except for I don't see a picture. Okay. Using a couple cameras makes it challenging to figure out what's live and what's not. I would think if it had a blue square around it that it would be good to go. There it is. And I bet I just turned it off again. This is really going to be a decent video once I get the technology figured out. So you're going to want to scroll through until the video is working correctly. Here it is, and I bet I just turned it off. Okay, I don't know. Doesn't appear that I turned it off. Alright, so yeah, it looks okay. Alright, so these two big ones, big puzzle pieces, are the ones that I created by hand. I didn't use the Cricut. And so I wanted these to be big enough so that I could put a nice big focal image on it. And then on the back, I backed it with adhesive craft paper that I got from Amazon. And the background paper is one of Amanda's digitals, one of her recent digitals that she used with the lace, what were they called? Lace something. Lace holders? Fancy lace holders. Anyway, so this one has a bird, and then I got an order in the mail for some aged tape, and the tape was wrapped in this waxy type thing, paper, and so then I had some paper from Taperology and put it all together for this. This one I did a butterfly, and this is a butterfly that I die cut with one of my Stampin' Up! Dies, and I stamped it with, I think it's called Brilliant Butterfly is the Stampin' Up! Stamp set. I'm no longer a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but I still enjoy the product. And these were all inked with Early Espresso. But that's a decent journaling size and something different for a journal card. Alrighty, then we have all of these. Now, technically, I could put all of these pieces together to form like an 8x8 puzzle, but using the image that I used, it would make it virtually impossible for me to do something like that. I'm not clever enough. So, but it is kind of fun that that could be done. And the image could be made smaller so that you could like put the puzzle together and have it as your background on your journal page. These were printed, this background was printed on very vanilla cardstock, and I really like the way this digital prints. I feel like it has built-in texture to it. Excuse me. Glad I have a drink on the desk. Okay, so I think that's all I wanted to talk about as far as that's concerned. Now, I watched a video, Camilla Crafts, I think is what it is, to learn how to do the big puzzle pieces by hand. So then today I was like, I want to be able to cut these out with the Cricut. So I wasn't able to find big pieces, but I was able to find this, and I could probably manipulate this file a bit to do something more with it. But this is what I've got so far. When I first decided what I wanted to do in regards to puzzle pieces, I first went to Etsy and thought to myself, okay, I'm going to see if I can find a JPEG or an SVG file to buy to print out puzzle pieces on paper that I've already printed. So I found one, it was 99 cents, and before I hit the purchase button, all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute. I actually own the subscription for Cricut because I'm not a graphic artist, and buying the subscription was the best way to clean up images, or should I say alter images, so that they would cut on my Cricut machine. Because the images that I purchase typically have PDF versions and JPEG versions. And I can bring the JPEG into the Cricut, but the PDF won't do anything for me. I could probably no, I can't clean those up either. I can't alter them. It has to be an SVG image or something else that's compatible. That's all I know about images. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the subscription and I'm going to see if I can find a puzzle image, which I did. So let's see. I was going to show how I do this. Okay, and I can. I just need to use my trying to think of the, we'll try the laptop and see if it will work. So let me go to the Cricut software as soon as I can get my mouse to cooperate. And we'll turn the, whoops, that's kind of shaky. We'll turn, oh, I don't have that camera on yet, so that's okay. So let's turn that camera on. And I'm going to pull this up. I need to pull up okay, sorry if my arm gets in the way. Whoops, I don't want that one. That's going to come over here. I just want to watch YouTube to make sure that I've got the right camera image on. Okay. So at this point, I should have the right camera image on. We'll watch and see here for a minute. There's quite a leg, so while I'm waiting for that, I will get my other stuff ready. Come on, you can work. Ooh, it is working. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is my Cricut. This is my Design Space software that goes with my Cricut. So like I said, I thought, well, I wonder if I can find a puzzle piece. So I typed in puzzle. And this is an actual, ooh, this time it came up with some different stuff. That's fun. Okay. So, did I save that puzzle that I did? Means now something else different is coming up. Nope. Okay, let's try this again. Projects. New project? No. So the problem is I'm using the iPad that I used to create this for Switcher Studio to make this video, and the logistics just aren't working for me so far. So explore, no. Search, puzzle. Okay, none of those are the ones that I did. Let's see if I can find the one that I did. That's 3, should be down there. View all. Well, you know, it's possible I'm just not going to be able to use the same one as I used before, and that's okay. It's just I know that one worked. So, okay, so we'll come back up here, and that looks kind of small though. All right, let's try this one. So you find the image, or you upload the image, and then you add it to Canvas. All right, so this is going to be 4 by 4 inches. Now, I'm going to show you something here. When I make this super big, it's not big enough. I'm going to make it really super big. Still not big enough. There. See that right there? That circle with the exclamation in it? That's telling you that it won't print. When you click on it, it says not supported by Explorer, image too large. Reduce image size to 11.5 inches by 23.5 inches or less. So if you try to make your image too big, it will give you a warning message, and it won't even do it. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it big like this, as big as it'll let me. Let's go with that. That'll be interesting. Okay, so now that I've got this the way I want it, a lot of times I will click save, and then I can put puzzle and click save. This one's mine. Okay, now we're going to click make it. Now, because I'm only cutting for this particular project, I don't need to print it out. I just need to, I've already printed out another one of Amanda's images. So now we're going to go back to, I wonder if I can go back to the other camera. Oh, wish I could show both. Okay, so let's go back here first. And it appears to be blue, so I think it's going to work. Let's give it a minute, make sure. And I will line my paper up on the mat, the sticky mat that you use. While I'm waiting for the camera to switch. So maybe Switcher Studio is not a good option. Well, actually this is a YouTube issue, I think. No, I think it's a Switcher Studio. So if I did a regular video, I would be able to switch the cameras more quickly. Of course, if I had more confidence in what I was doing, I wouldn't have to wait for the leg. I could just keep going and it wouldn't be noticeable. Okay, it didn't switch. So you're going to want to scroll through these leg issues that I'm having. So now you can see the image that I'm using. This isn't an image that I'm super stoked about using because it's broken up, but I wanted to use Amanda's newer digital images because I haven't played with these very much, and I thought, what the heck? It will be interesting to see how this works. So I have this paper set up on the screen. It needs to be to 10 inches. So I'm going to have to move this like this. You want to make sure that your paper is laid out on the sticky mat in a way that matches what the picture looks like on Design Space. Okay, and then I just like to make sure that the corners are down good. That's good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to load this mat. Oh, first I have to wanted to show, okay, I'm just not going to be able to show everything. So for this one, we're going to focus, for this video, we're going to focus more on the machine. So now I'm going to click continue. And when I do that, connect your, it's wanting to connect my Air 2. So that's what I have is Cricut Air 2 Explorer, I think it's called. Cricut Explorer Air 2, yes. So my laptop doesn't seem to want to be very cooperative with connecting. So that's why I prefer to use, I like to use my laptop to upload the image into Design Space. And then I like to use my iPad to actually print out the project. So more delays here. Let's go ahead and feel free to scroll through because I'm going to set up my other device. I have 2 iPads and a laptop. So I'm going to figure this out, by golly. Okay, get rid of that. We're not going to use that. This might be easier to let's see, projects. I did save that. So we're right there. Make it 12 by 12 matte. Confirm. Next. Now it wants me to select an accessory. It was the other iPad I was using before, so let me go into settings, Bluetooth, Cricut, and sometimes I also have to turn the Cricut on and off to get the Bluetooth to recognize it. Not that way. Let's move this out of the way. I think what I'm going to do is just use this other camera. It's going to involve another leg, but I think it will probably do a better job of showing. Showing what I'm doing. Okay, I'm not using heavy cardstock. I'm using Stampin' Up! Cardstock, and last time when I tried this, I tried construction paper, and it didn't cut all the way through. So now I select heavy pattern paper. Now, one of the tricks that I was told, I'm going to move the camera very slowly, is this button here. It says custom, what else does it say? Paper, vinyl, iron-on, light cardstock, bonded fabric, poster board. And I don't know if you can see, but that button is flashing right there. So I turn it to custom so that it will ask me what type of paper I want to use when I do a project. That will help me to think about what kind of paper I want to use. So now it is ready to load. That's what that blinking up and down arrow is. So I'm going to turn my paper what I think is the right way, and I've got a corner coming up. So let me work. This is a sticky mat. So you want to make sure that it's sticking, and it really needs to be washed to bring the sticky back because the cardstock keeps coming up. So you want to bring it in through these 2 guides right here. And I'm going through all the mistakes that I've made. One time I even tried doing it with the cover on. There's a cover that comes to these mats, a clear plastic cover. And for the life of me, I could not figure out what in the world was going on. So now I'm going to press this button and it's going to load the mat. Hopefully my corners will stay down. Hopefully. Really needs to be re-stickied. Now you've got a C over there that's flashing. So I'm going to press that button. And then it's going to do its sensing. Another thing is when you have your Cricut machine set up, you want to make sure that there is room in the back for the mat to come through and not hit something. One of the things that I didn't learn for quite a bit was that this third button is a pause button. Be ready to hit that pause button if you forgot to center your machine where your mat could come this way and it could go behind the machine seamlessly without getting hung up. So the pause button can be your friend. Oh, it's going down too far. But that's okay. Some of the puzzle pieces will probably work. Let's see. Okay, that's going to cause a problem. I don't know how much of a problem. I'm just ready to hit the pause button if I have to. I just basically made this project too big. But I am perfectly okay with live. There, it's done. Now I'm going to press that up and down arrow again to unload the mat. And now I'm going to move some things out of my way. And let's see, where am I at? Let's move this back. And let's see what's successfully cutted. Cutted, that's a word. Okay, so I turn it upside down and then I pull. And keeping it upside down, I curve the paper so the mat so the paper will start to come off so I can get a place, and I think I can save that. Okay, let me move this out of my way. All right, what do we got here? See if I can get in camera. That's a pretty good piece. We've got some edge showing there, but that's kind of cool. And that's a nice size piece too. Then we have this one, and that one didn't cooperate as well, but I think I can save it enough for it to work out by just doing that. And boom, I saved that piece. As far as I'm concerned, I did anyways. And then we have this piece, and that's okay. I don't mind that at all. In fact, I might even mount that so that that could be a pocket. Putting some paper. Oh, no, it would be upside down. I can't handle upside down pockets. I also could trim that if that bothered me too much. And this is a good piece. This is really a cute piece right here, I think. Yep. That's pretty interesting. And so, actually, what would be really cool, I think, is to mount this with a background of some vellum, turn it into a pocket, and then make some of these flashcards as journaling cards, and you'd have a coordinating pocket with a journal card. I'm into that kind of stuff, coordinating things. So then we have all this. I personally don't have an idea what I would want to use this for, but somebody more crafty than me might. I'm going to try and cut this up, but you know, with my trimmers, that sort of thing is a challenge. I also cut these up into smaller pieces. Ooh, but do I want to throw all that away? I don't think I do. I think I want to save this because I might come up with something to collage with it or something. But anyways, back to what I was going to say. I cut these up before I throw them away because they fit in the trash can better. But these pieces are going in my scrap folder. So, but a person who's more crafty than me might, am I on camera? Have an idea of using this. So see if I can keep from cutting myself with the shakes. So if you're new to my channel, I do have familiar trimmers, so I do shake, and nothing I can do about that when I'm demonstrating. But hope it's not too annoying, because that's what I got, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. Okay, that is kind of cool. You could lay that down on a journal page, and I think I'm going to save that because I just might tap into my inner craftiness and do something with that. Again, you know, that could be mounted on top of a piece of vellum or something, and that would be a cute pocket. Lots you can do. So that is my Cricut Explorer Air 2, and I did share quite a few things as to you know, mistakes I've made in the past. This particular unit comes with a power cord, and it is Bluetooth. This is the open button, and these are the housings. Housing A is for something like a magic marker, a Cricut marker, or a score tool. And my husband did recently buy me the score tools, but I haven't played with it yet. I've still been concentrating on using the Cricut in place of fussy cutting with scissors. This is the blade. This is B housing is for the blade. There are some storage containers here. So I have some. This is the score tool right here, and that, so you open up the housing and you drop it in. I think feels like there's something already in there. Nope. So you drop it in, and I don't know, maybe that works. Like I said, I haven't used it yet. And so I have some of the other Cricut tools. I bought them because I want to know how the Cricut tools work. They may be of no use to me, but actually I didn't buy them, my husband did. And he's like, you might need these. So there's that. Here's my extra blade. I think that's my extra blade. and there's a little piece of metal there, magnet, and so it secures that blade. That's pretty cool. And then there's another spot here, and then there's something here for a cord to plug in, and I have no idea what that's about. So then when you're ready to shut it, you have to do it manually, but to open it, you just press the open button. So I think that was a good overview of using my Cricut and making puzzle pieces. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope it was of some benefit to you. I did have a subscriber who asked me for a video on using the Cricut. I am by no means an expert. I'm a newbie and we're learning together. So, but when I learn something, I like to share it with others. That's just my personality as far as crafting, in my business, with my clients. I just love to share. And yeah, it's cool to make money, but it's also fun to just volunteer and do things for people because it's the right thing to do. So I'm Teresa. I'm in Napa, Idaho. If you're new to my channel, please think about subscribing. It just is kind of fun to watch that number go up. I'm not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator anymore, so I'm not using the channel to try and promote my business. At some point, I would like to sell my ephemera because it's going to take over my home. I'm making so much of it. And I would like to sell a junk journal just because that would make me feel good. So it by no means is what supports me, but this is my hobby. And if I can share my stuff with others, which I do share too, then that makes me happy. So I kind of lost my train of thought there. But happy Sunday to you. I hope you're having a good Sunday, and I hope that you will join me in the next video.